following instructions apply to constructing casts from all alginate impressions. It is very important that the alginate impressions be cast as soon as possible after they have been made, otherwise distortion may occur. On arrival in the laboratory, the impressions are firstly sterilized by spraying it with sodium hypochlorite. Yellow stone is then mixed with water. The liquid powder ratio is about 60 to 70 milliliters of water per 100 milligram of stone. The mixing procedure initially is slow to allow even wetting of all the stone, and thereafter vigorously spatulate the stone or water mixture to ensure even mixing to achieve a smooth, thick consistency. Pick up the stone on a spatula and place stone into one end of the impression. Vibrate around to the other end. This vibration and ease of flow avoids the trapping of air bubbles. It is advisable to invert the impression tray to allow excess stone to run out of the fitting surface, and then vibrate again to eliminate trapped air bubbles. When the impression is vibrated and all the air bubbles is removed, additional material is added to the impression so that the entire impression is filled and the borders of the impression are covered. The stone patty or blob is placed on a paper towel. These should be the size of the base of the casts. The filled impression is then inverted onto the patty of stone. Note that the mold is thick enough to stand by itself and not spread over the towel. Make sure that there is sufficient material behind the most posterior parts of the impression. Pull up the stone around the borders of the impression with a spatula or plaster knife and then smoothen the peripheries. For the mandibular cast, the excess stone on the lingual surface has to be removed and the surface smoothed. This allows for easy removal of the tray from the impression in the set cast, as well as for easy finishing of the cast in the tongue space. The poured impression is then allowed to set until the heat is gone from the cast. To be safe, impressions should not be separated from their casts for at least 45 minutes to ensure complete setting. If separation occurs before the gypsum has set, a rough surface will result. A rough surface is not an accurate representation of the impression taken.